traveling around the world for free. Well, it's not actually as good as it sounds. So these guys did it, and you're going to find out how they did it on WGN America's new show. It's coming up, and you'll be able to see it. Here with us now are Alex Boylan, host of the show, and we have the producer and the director here. It's Zsolt.
Zsolt
Luka.
is right. That's right.
Luka. Well, welcome to Fox 5 Morning News, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Man, I tell you, this is incredible. The show is called Around the World for Free. What is the show about?
Okay, I think I would say this is the most fascinating project I've ever been part of. I mean, this was a show, we started off with no money because we wanted to see the world in the purest way possible. So we created a mini website where people could write in, and literally people would say, hey, listen, I have a brother in Caracas, Venezuela, he can put you up for a night, and then I have a sister who can drive you down from here, and literally used the power of the internet and social media to let us circumnavigate the world through locals.
Okay, so, through locals, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, so let's take a look at the clip. You guys sent us some video and listen to what you have to say about it. Guys, let's roll it.
From New York with just one crew member, Zsolt Luka, and not a penny to my name. No security, no hotels, no script, no clue where we were headed.
No money, no script, single camera shoot, two guys, no idea where you're going. You got support on the online, but did you have to work? I mean, how did you pull this off?
You had to work. You had to take jobs.
For sure, yeah. We took jobs. I mean, I had shampooed people's hair in Puerto Rico, was a dive master in Vietnam. So for sure we took jobs, but at the same time, it was really the help of the locals in the online community diving in every step of the way and guiding this journey. I think that was our main goal, was that we wanted to see the world in the purest way possible. So this is the most real, raw travel experience you could ever possibly imagine.
So Alex, where was your favorite place?
My favorite place? I would say the island of Dominica. It's just north of St. Lucia. This island is fascinating. It's a boiling lake on top of the mountains. It is a beautiful, breathtaking, barely any tourism is there yet, completely untouched. Wow. Fascinating.
There's the video of it there, and just waterfalls, and you liked it, you say, because just of the nature. The untouchable.
Absolutely. I mean, when I say there's no tourism, there literally is barely any tourism there, and this island's still being discovered. So these waterfalls you're seeing, these are still being discovered today. They're still 100-foot waterfalls.
You got to name. He got to name his own pool. Imagine a water pool.
Yeah.
On the spot.
What did you name it?
AB's pool. Alex Boylan's the name of my initials.
A little ego going him, but in a good way.
Did you put a sign on there that says AB's pool?
No, how they? Because it's like these 4 guys on the island who are literally naming all these waterfalls in different places. So they have a ritual of throwing a rock into the pool, and then they call the person, the name of the pool, and they said, "All right, what do you guys want to name it?" I'm like, "How about AB's pool?" That's what all my friends call me. Like,
okay.
All right, yeah.
Well, can we call you AB now?
Sure, you can call me AB. Absolutely.
It is. Okay, Zsolt, what was your favorite place?
I liked Cambodia most, because it was this amazing interplay of extreme poverty, jaw-dropping beauty, the struggle. We got to do some charity work there. Alex took a trip to the villages and helped the Red Cross and everything like that. So it really touched us in a very deep way, I think.
Interesting. So you go from just beauty and relaxing to more political, a little more educational. What was the most dangerous place you went?
We were in Kenya when the riots broke out. When the elections happened, the riots, so it was this mass genocide. We were hunkered down in an airport for days.
In the airport?
Yeah, in the airport. We had no place. At that point, there was not many people reaching out, but eventually someone, communication got to a news reporter, actually, who came and picked us up and got us into where they were doing this major demonstration. So we were seeing firsthand what was happening there.
Really? So did you ever kind of, because again, like I said, you guys, it was people that were getting on your website and the locals and such that were helping navigate your trip. Like, you really didn't know where you were going or how you were going to get there.
Completely unplanned. No itinerary. Imagine no production support, no staff, no security, no script.
I remember Zsolt is like shooting this, editing this on the fly, and delivering this. It's amazing how it's pulled off. There's literally just 2 of us going around.
And that gave us access that was magical.
Did you, because you didn't have a whole production crew that you had to tote around. Did you ever fear for your life in Kenya? I mean, were you worried, oh man, we're going to be the ones, in the reality shows that end up making the news?
Yeah.
It was a bit hot.
That show would have ended quick. A bomb went off near us. I mean, within 100, 200 feet from us. That was daunting.
We flew out. We flew out that same afternoon, I think.
But I think that, in general, I always felt like sometimes I felt part of a video game. I felt indestructible. When you're on the road, this is a 159-day journey. Wow. So imagine that. I mean, it's like 6 months on the road. So eventually you just kind of go with the flow.
45,000 miles you guys traveled. Yeah. There was a time that you got stuck in the desert? What happened?
Well, no one was reaching out, which happened, time and time on this show. And I was in the Atacama Desert, which is in the northern part of Chile. and there was nothing. So I had the bright idea of like, hey, let's just hitchhike through the desert. Well, apparently there's no hitchhiking in the country of Chile, and so I found myself literally in the middle of nowhere. Until eventually, a very nice gentleman came and saved me and got me on a bus.
I bet you'll never forget that guy.
That was a tough one.
Well, I had to ask you guys suggestions for cheap travel. You know, I mean, really, we look forward to the show being on the air. We're going to talk about that in a second. But your suggestions were make friends with locals, eat at fresh markets, and book last minute. That worked for you guys.
Without question, Chrissy, being with locals not only will minimize your cost, it'll give you a much richer travel experience that you can never get by being a plain vanilla tourist and discovering it just completely by yourself. And the last minute tip is like, the last minute bus ride, the local rickety shack bus or train, that'll be a fraction of the cost as like an international carrier, or like a big name airline or something. So you'll spend pennies instead of dollars.
Guys, I'm sorry, AB.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, AD.
No, it's quite all right.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just reiterating. I mean, the fact that if you just get off the beaten path and go, and talk to a local, you're going to get the greatest experience and the real culture of these places. And I think that's what you're going to see with Around the World for Free. I mean, this is very real of what's out there in the world today.
All right, Around the World for Free. You can see it on Channel 3 on Time Warner Cable, on WGN America, which, by the way, in full disclosure, is one of our sister stations.
All right.
So,
we're all family, huh?
Yeah, we are. Literally, we are family. So I think the same people sign our paychecks, just for the record. And Candace, it's interesting what the guys were telling me when I was talking to them yesterday is they found very little anti-American sentiment around the world when they were traveling. We're going to send it back to you now in the studio.
Well, that's good to know. That is really good to hear, and I find it fascinating as somebody who's traveled quite a bit. It's fascinating listening to those guys. It's going to be interesting to see their show.